Welcome to the show, everyone. I love my show, and I say that every show, and the reason why I love it so much, it's such great information. I've been doing it now for almost 15 years here. We're live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. And if you want to, you can put in Networking Arizona, all spelled out. Arizona's all spelled out. And put it into Facebook, and you can actually watch us in here doing the show live right now while we're in the air here. On the air, in the air, on the air. It works always. My first guest has been on with me now several times. I have with me Jon Melby, and he's one of the owners of LoveJoy Hormone Clinic. Welcome back to the show. We just heard your ad. First today, before you came on, you said that this is going to be a man thing today. So
it's a man thing.
A man thing today. But I also want to tell everybody real quickly that I had the pleasure of going to the clinic.
Good.
And I went last week, and I have to tell you how, first of all, how beautiful that it's a huge facility.
Yes.
And how friendly and how warm and how welcome that I felt.
Great.
Now, we're going to talk a little bit about what you do and everything like that. And I know we're talking more man today, but women, listen up too. Go ahead.
Well, thanks, Carol. You know, one of the things that I see on our reviews from Google reviews, and I'm the one who responds to that. And by the way, as a co-owner, I'm the business guy. Joy, my wife, is the medical. So we have kind of like intersecting circles. And married, and we work together 24 hours a day, pretty much. And I love it because it's just something that we know what's business and what's not. And then she's got her area and I have mine. The reason why I liked what you had just said is you came in to visit us, and that's what we want. I see it more like kind of it's like a clubhouse, kind of. It's like coming to our home. We have a kitchen table that's stainless steel. We have couches, fireplace, TVs running. It's just got turtles swimming around in 4K. Not a real one, because I don't think I could handle that. But it's just, we want you to feel like that. But the main thing that I want as a business person is that you come in and you're going to a medical clinic. Instead of waiting a half hour, 45 minutes to see your provider, maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, just got to fill out your paperwork.
Right.
And then you're in and out and on your way, and we've got coffee and cookies there if you want to, but otherwise, your time is just as valuable as ours. So I'm glad to hear that, Carol. I'm glad you stopped by, and then I'm sure you're going to be coming back there for some other stuff.
There's procedures that you have to go through, and what I did was first the blood work, so I'm excited to find out all about that.
Good.
But also, I want to talk about how easy. That's another thing. Yeah. Because a lot of people, of course, their time is very valuable. And we're going to talk about time because also time is valuable on your end, but that you give so much time to each of the patients that come there.
Right. Yeah. And that's actually, so your time about how you learn regarding hormone therapy. And a lot of people have heard that before. This is the interesting thing, because I've been on hormone therapy, bioidentical hormone therapy, for 9 years. We started our clinic May 1st of 2019, and Joy, my wife, has another 7 years on top of that. She probably has, we calculate this out, around 35 to 40,000 procedures she's done in the last 9 years. At our clinic alone, we've done thousands of them. And the one thing that I notice about that is when you go through these procedures and you're learning about it, I didn't know a lot of medical. I just knew hormones, and men have to have testosterone. Testosterone, and you're a man, And the thing is, but I'm in tune as a male. I'm in tune with my body because I play hockey and I do sports. And the only thing I can say about that is, a lot of times for men, we're looking for the quick fix. I think women are too, but from a man's point of view, we're looking for that quick fix. If things are going south in our life, what do? We go to the bar. And then we have a beer, as an example. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do or anything else, but we go to the bar, we have a beer, we have a drink, and then that makes you feel better within minutes. With bioidentical hormone therapy, we let you know kind of where you're at. That's what the blood work was for. So here's where your blood says that you're at. For men, we're also looking for PSA. We want to see if the prostate's enlarged. If it is, well, we don't want to do anything with you. We want to send you to your urologist, and they can do some further testing. So it's very medical, very scientific, but it's also anecdotal. How do you feel? You come in there, and they've got so much experience, the providers do, they know right away. I know by meeting, for example, a man who looks like Santa Claus, rosy cheeks, kind of puffy, overweight, they're over-estrogenized, and their testosterone level is really low. What's really interesting, Carol, and I don't want to get too detailed, but I was interested in the fact that in the 80s, 1987, they had a study by a group of endocrinologists, top-ended. They did a study of men that are 50 years old to find out where their testosterone is at. And if you don't understand the testosterone side, the biggest thing I could explain to you is if you're 20 years old, a testosterone for male is roughly around 900. They found out that men back in the 80s at 50 years old were like 650. But it's been going down every 10 years by 67 points. So today, a man comes in, a normal man, normal lifestyle, around 400 to 450. Why? And endocrinologists don't know why, other than sedentary lifestyle, the foods that we eat, they're not as busy, they're on the cell phone, they're sitting, they're not working. And I always tell men that if I had a ranch with you, and we're working the ranch together, and we're eating quality foods, and we're out there working every day, I bet you my testosterone level will be higher than a 450 at 50. So the thing is that when you are on hormone therapy for men, you're going to get testosterone and possibly an estrogen blocker after we've cleared you that you're good to go. So my hormones at 60 is where?
Where?
900.
Wow.
All the time.
Because but again, it's hormone therapy. Tell them what it is and how easy it is and how small, it doesn't hurt or anything like that. And how do you feel on it?
Well, the funny thing is when I talk to men, I have a lot of friends, few of them have come in. Don't you find that interesting?
They're chicken. I can't say the other word that goes with that, but they're chicken.
Well, and I talk to women, pain is the price of beauty. All right, so women right away, they don't care. If they find out from their friends, they're feeling great, they're with the referral rate, and also watching our reviews, they're like, okay, let's learn a little bit more, and they come in without question. Men, the first question they ask, how much does it hurt? These are the guys that we sent in the combat, and then I'm like, all right, let's take, and I'll pinch your skin, which I'll do, I'll pinch it real fast. That's how much it hurts as we put lidocaine in. About the same as when you get a blood draw. And then they're afraid to do that too. So but I'm like, all right, so let's say it pinches for the lidocaine, that's what we give, and I don't like pain either. So lidocaine is about the only thing you feel.
Yeah, but it's
and it's in your upper hip area. Mm-hmm. It's not in your throat, it's not in your skull, it's by your butt.
Stuff there too.
And so then you do that, and after that, you don't feel a thing. It takes about 4 minutes, the procedure. For men, it's done every 6 months. For women, roughly. For women, it's done every 3 months. And the reason why is men get, like in my case, 1,600 milligram of testosterone. That's 8 200 milligram tablets. For women, they get like one little tiny testosterone and about 2 pills of estrogen, so it's much smaller.
Well, we're going to go, I can't believe we've been so intrigued with listening to you. We're going to go to a break. So welcome back, everyone. We said it's a man thing today, but we could talk a little bit about men and women. And I had said that I have been at the LoveJoy Hormone Clinic. I just went recently to, check it out, and I also had my blood work. I'm waiting to get that back. We've been saying a little bit about how men are such chicken, and they kind of hold back. And I said, women are the catalyst of everything. But when I was sitting there, I happened to notice that a lot of couples, they did come in. And, what can it do? Let's talk a little bit about, because I know Joy's going to be here next, I think it's February 14th. We're going to be talking about, hormones for clinics, for both men and women, and couples is the word I was getting out. And that we're going to open up the lines, we're going to let people call in and ask questions. So what for you, obviously you've been on it for a long time, what does it do for a couple?
Well, I'll just give you an example, Carol. We talked about that during the break a little bit. That when women come out to our clinic first, they'll be on it, they'll reach peak about a month, and then they're on it for 2 or 3 months. And the husband sees a difference in the woman. She's not as cranky, not as tired, she's getting rest. Kind of like that gal that they remember when they first met. And that's true, but you see it all the time. As an example, I've seen women coming in and they've got a pantsuit on. Reminds me of a vice president woman, pantsuit on, the hair's up in a bun. And they scare me sometimes because they're just angry. They're just mad about everything. And then they come in, do the blood work, and they come in for their 1 month peak labs, and they've got a t-shirt on, the hair is flowing, wearing flip-flops in the summertime, sweet and nice. what happened, right? So that's just anecdotal. What I don't know the patient, I don't know anything about him. Anecdotally, that's what changes with them. And then what happens is they come in with their husband. I talk to men all the time. I play hockey. I'm a pilot. I'm a musician. I talk to men, and they see the difference, but they won't come in because they ask, how much does it hurt? And then how much does it cost? That's the other thing. I'm like, dude. So the wife,
dude, get over it.
But the wife, what do men do? Even as an airplane pilot, we have something called a jip whiz. And so if you're heading towards the ground, it will say, pull up, pull up. Is it a man's voice? It's a woman's voice,
really?
right?
Because she knows, she's telling you what to do.
That's right. Men will listen to women. So the wife will come and tell the husband, come on, just get your blood drawn. There's no obligation,
exactly.
Free consultation, LoveJoy Clinic. And when they come in, I can tell that they're over-estrogenized. Remember I mentioned that before. They look like Santa Claus, or they have their head down low. And then they're like, I really don't want to be here. I'm like, well, let me ask you something. When you first met your wife, did you woo and coo her? Of course I did, because that's what I did. Well, what about now? If you don't mind me being super personal with you. I said, we're supposed to be men. We're supposed to be knights. You get on your horse, lower your shield, and put your sword out. And that's where you can get back to wooing, cooing your wife and take the leadership role so your wife sees, that man that she married a long time ago. And then a woman will say, what? Yes, I want that. And so then the guy goes, and then I see him about a month, 2 months later, they come in together holding hands. Well, what have you guys been up to? Oh, we just went on a vacation. Did the kids go with you? Nope. And they take off and they're gone for 4 or 5 days. And
happy couples.
And they're hiking and they're doing stuff again. That's not, the thing is that men will be higher testosterone levels instead of being at 300 or so. Remember I mentioned an 18-year-old, 20-year-olds around 900 to 800. They'll be up in the 6, 7, 800, 900 range all the time. Bioidentical, naturally. And that's the difference.
And they've been around how long?
What's that?
The
pellets? So it's
pellets.
the 1936.
Yeah, they've been around, so they're safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And this is something that people, I don't know why, it's just certain things that people put their heads in the sand, and one of them is our own health.
Sure.
Right? We do need to take charge of our own health, and we can really make a lot of changes. And usually, when you're feeling sluggish, when your head is down,
right.
It's usually your hormones. Most people's hormones are out of whack and they don't even realize it, and it has nothing to do with menopause. And really,
well,
it's going to have a little bit, but not
exactly
that much. It could be so much more that's going on. Your thyroid's out of whack.
Well, that too, and that's something that we can see. The blood tells you everything. We have our own phlebotomist, or you can go to Sonora Quest or one of the ones. We can get to the order. You can go wherever you want. But if you come to our clinic, you're in and out on your way. You don't have to wait. The thing is, we get the blood draw. For women, it takes about 24 hours. Men, it takes about 4 days to come back because it's testosterone, a lot of tubes. It comes back, and we can see your thyroid. We can see your PSA. We can see, which is your prostate, see if it's enlarged or not. And then we also find out where your free testosterone is and your regular testosterone. And once we know that, then we educate and we teach. You get a half hour with a provider who's a hormone expert, and then that's still a free consultation, and then you can make a decision. But after you learn, then big deal. It's bioidentical. They're made from a Mexican sweet potato. Honestly, that's how they're compounded, both for estrogen and testosterone.
If you're going to put Botox in you for something, I'm sorry. There's a good reason.
Or
to
pharmaceutical
look into this.
too.
Look into something what this is like, and they're located right in it's Chandler area.
So Elma School Road,
right?
Chandler Heights,
it's
and Chandler.
It's a beautiful,
easy to get to
facility. I don't want to say office because it's a
Sure.
facility, and they're 5-star rated everywhere. They do free consultations. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. You can call them. Their phone number is 480-780. 2588. It's LoveJoyClinic.com. You spoke a little bit about how long they've been around and what they're made of, right? When you're taking something like this, there any reactions? What is it? What kind of happened? What did you see happen when you started to take it?
So initially, I started on shots. Those are sunflower, sesame seed oil-based, pharmaceutical-based testosterone. I did that originally about 9 years ago. I was getting, kind of like when I was in high school, I got zit marks, zits? Yeah, and then just too much testosterone. With this, and I switched over to bioidentical, And you don't see, like if you take a shot, you'll see a peak hitting around 2 or 3 days, and then lasts for 2 days, and then it goes down. So you do it once a week, and talk about pain. I mean, it hurts.
Yeah,
You're getting a shot.
yucky.
You have to go in every week and do it. So you're up and down like a yo-yo. And I always did it because I played hockey on Wednesday night. So I'd plan it for Monday. It'd be a peak at Wednesday, and that's all I knew. You go on this procedure, it means you're not going to be doing squats, you're not going to be doing lifting, you're not going to be doing the heavy stuff or swimming for 5 days. But after that, it's 6 months is how long it's there.
So it's 6 months that you go with
for men. And then you'll be up at peak, you'll start to rise, and we come in for blood labs a month later, and then we'll show you, you start off at 300, 400, now here you are, you might even be overshooting because your body's like, what is this? And you might be at 900, 1100, drop back down to 900, and you stay there for 6 months.
You might be very excited that you're overshooting, and maybe you need hormones to do that, right?
Well, for
'cause
guys,
a lot of people,
guys we
their
like that.
sex drive is one of the things that goes down, right?
Well, I don't know what we could say on the air or
I
not.
said it very funnily, I actually think, but anyway, we're going to move forward from that.
Well, the reality is that's not what we sell, and that's not what we're doing. That's not our services, but that is the end result, is their libido for women, and this is why the guys come in. Why? And I'm just going to be open and honest, they can't keep up with the wife. And here's the reality is, and this is what we see over and over again, the woman's 40, 45 years old, 50 years old, perimenopausal, kids are gone, everything, and then now what? Retirement, the grave. And then women, traditionally, if they don't have a lot of things going on in their head and a lot of things to worry about, then what
They know us so well.
and then what happens is then their estrogen's up, their testosterone's up, and they go to be where us guys were when we were in our 20s. It's a fact. And then what happens is the guy's like, I don't know what's going on. And what does the guy do? Instead of looking at the other women out there, they're looking at their wife once again because she feels beautiful, so she is beautiful and she feels sexy.